Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz from Oz Mechanics, and long time no see. It's been a while since I made the last video, but today I feel froggy because I'm working on a 2005 Chevrolet Aveo. So on this Chevy Aveo, what we have is a flickering light, basically low oil pressure. What I did was, pulled off the oil pressure sensor, looked at it, made sure that it wasn't leaking. When I did take it off, I did notice that the inside of the oil pressure sensor, where the oil goes through inside, it was completely clogged up. So what I did, cleaned it up, but then I was like, you know what, I'm going to get one from the dealership. They're fairly cheap, so I just switched it out. Put it back in there, guess what? It still had the low oil leak. So I did skip a step. I should have just gone straight to mechanical gauge, but it got me to that. So after that, I looked through the hole and I noticed that there's a bunch of crud in there, basically not letting oil get into the to the oil pressure sensor. So after that, I put the manual gauge, and the manual gauge, what it looks like, it goes right here, and it basically hooks up. I don't know if you can see that. Goes all the way in there into where the oil pressure gauge hooks up. I don't know if you got that, but basically wherever the oil pressure gauge or sensor hooks up, that's where it goes up to. And what it was reading below the specific values on this one. The lowest you can get on this one, Aveo, is 5 psi. Way under that, I think, well, it was not way under, but at least 4, and it triggered that code. So that's where I checked it out. So initially, I don't know if you ever watch Eric the Car Guy. It does talk about oil pressures. Good video, you gotta watch that. But in a nutshell, think about it like this: oil pressure, basically, a lot of people just want to change out the oil pumps. Let's think about it like this: oil pumps basically make the volume, but the pressure is all the small parts in the engine, all the bearings and all that. If you want to think about it this way, think of a water hose. You have a water hose. If you turn it on, basically the water flows. But if you put your finger there, the pressure basically goes higher, and it can go in a farther rate. So that's where we're getting the pressure from. But on this one, you might be lucky enough, if you have something obstructing oil to get to the oil pump, that can cause oil pressure loss too, and that's what we had on this. Easy way that I found this out was when I pulled off the oil pan. It wasn't too hard. It was about less than 30-minute job to take it off. I noticed that there's a bunch of crud in there, and let's see. Look at all that gunkiness right there in the edge. That is a bunch of oil, carbon in the oil. Let's see, I'm going to put my finger in the oil pan. Let's see. This is gunked up oil. Really gunked up oil. But the one that caused the whole issue is the pickup tube. I don't know if you can see that. That is completely filled up with a bunch of crud. So guess what's gonna happen? Think of this. You get a straw. You're trying to drink your Coke, your water, whatever, and you put something in the end of the straw. You can't suck any fluids up to your mouth. So that's what's going on here. Basically, all that carbon or that sludge buildup is basically not allowing the oil to get to the oil pump and letting it go to the desired areas where oil pressure can actually happen. So right now we're basically getting close to zero amount of oil into the engine. So hopefully what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wait until the customer comes by so I can show them this kind of this kind of problem. You know, when I do heavy jobs like this, I always want the customers to see exactly what's going on with the engine, rather than just dropping it off and, you know, here you go, the bill's done. I want them to see what I'm working with. Once we talk about it, I'm gonna get it fixed, and hopefully this car is gonna be good to go on the road. But we'll see how this goes. But from this is the end of the video. If you do like, please thumbs up, subscribe, and tell your friends about this video and about Awesome Mechanics as well. There is something right here. I think there's a little Awesome Mechanics icon. You can click on that, subscribe, and go into my little video wardrobe where it has all my other videos. Please, you know, I got some educational videos out there. And please, if you do have a thumbs down, tell me why. I would love to know this. You know, I'm just here to help out others. And I know I got a lot of people say that I do speak a lot or talk a lot and not too much work. But, you know, I'm trying to explain the way that this is. You know, I'm just trying to help out there. But have a good day and take care. Bye.